Welcome back to another consulting job alert with Management Consulted. Before I dive into today's featured job with Oliver Wyman, I want to ask you to take 5 seconds to hit the subscribe button and turn that notification bell on so that you get alerted when we post new jobs, new case interview examples, new firm interviews, and so much more. We bring you great content weekly, and we want you to be the first to know. All right, let's talk about this entry-level consultant role with Oliver Wyman. All right, so we're going to go over and see the role on Management Consultants job board. There's a link in the description to check out the role and to apply today. The first thing I just want to highlight right off the bat is that your deadline is Sunday, August 17th at 11:59 p.m. Eastern Time. So depending on when you're watching this, you do not have a lot of time to get your application ready and put it in, because this is the second and the final application deadline for this role. Oliver Wyman had an earlier application in June, but they weren't able to fill all their spots, so they've got this opportunity, and I really encourage you to apply as soon as you are able, at least not anytime after the deadline, because if you try to do that, the application portal will be closed and you'll have to wait for another role or until next year. So I'm going to take the next 2 minutes to talk about what this role is about, who it's for, and how to apply. Let's scroll down past the corporate speak that Oliver Wyman has here to get to the nitty-gritty of this entry-level consultant job. But essentially, you'll be an analyst in a consulting team. You'll have a couple team members. You'll have a project leader. You'll work directly with clients, a lot of them in the C-suite, but you'll work with them to analyze a specific problem and propose a solution. You'll have client-facing work as well as work just on your own and with your team. This role does require travel, so you have to be willing to travel, right? No 2 weeks are ever the same. You will likely have the chance to travel, meaning you definitely will travel. And the cool thing about that is not just in the US, but also internationally. So Oliver Wyman will have some cool opportunities, potentially, depending on their clients, depending on who they need on the projects. You might have a chance to go overseas. This role is for folks graduating in 2026. So we're talking about undergraduates and non-MBA master's students. So if you're a specialty master's student graduating in 2026, this role is for you. It's important to note that if you've recently graduated with one of those degrees, right, your a bachelor's degree or a specialty master's degree, you've got between 0 and 3, maybe 4 years of work experience. Oliver Wyman may consider you for this, but it is definitely a risk. However, if that's you and you really are just looking for the consulting jobs, and this, it might make sense to apply to this, but we always encourage you to apply having first networked in your target offices with people at your level. These people at your level are the ones who have a lot of say in the recruiting process, and they can say, hey, I talked to this person, they're awesome, let's bring them in for an interview. So don't limit yourself, even if you don't fall into the strict requirement of graduating in 2026. There are just a couple of offices that Oliver Wyman is needing to staff with this role. You're looking at Boston, Chicago, Dallas, Detroit, Houston, New York, San Francisco, and Washington, D.C. So this will be an in-person job. It's not remote. You need to be based in one of these cities or be able to transition over there. Awesome. Down way at the bottom, you see this beautiful, beautiful line. The base pay for this role is $110,000. That's USD. So that's your base pay. It doesn't factor in a signing bonus or performance bonus. Check out Management Consultants consulting salary report for information on the bonuses there and to see what you could make. But this is a really awesome opportunity. Highly, highly encourage you to apply. One note, the firm is not offering sponsorship for this position, including CPT and OPT. So go ahead, go check out the role on the Management Consultant job board. Apply by Sunday, August 17th. And please reach out if you need a resume edit or interview coaching. We've got an MBB team, both of expert resume and cover letter editors, as well as case and fit interview coaches, and they'd love to work with you. There's more information in the description. Thanks for tuning in. Make sure you're subscribed. We'll be back soon with another exclusive consulting job alert right here on YouTube.